In this episode, I talk about what it's like for small business to lose a key employee.
And we talk about the value of social media marketing.
This is the Ask the BCE Show, episode number 32. I am your host, Kurt Belding, and I am the Blue Collar Entrepreneur Show. You trying to shut the lights off on me?
Yeah, they're usually on.
Oh, yeah. Makes sense. Now, this episode I sent out a little teaser on my Instagram, Facebook, that this is going to be a special episode for me. And it is special. It's special, but it's also kind of a bittersweet episode at the same time. We are losing a key employee. So if you're a small business owner, you know how important your employees are. And it's not like you have hundreds of employees. When you have 4 or 5 employees on your business, you lose one, that hits pretty hard. That could be 25% of your company gone. And in our case, Isla's our social media manager, marketing manager, basically our entire marketing department. And Isla took another job. Isla, come join me on the show. She didn't want to, you guys. So like, if you're live, give her a little bit of can you see her, Reese?
Yeah.
All right. If you're live, give her a little bit of props for being on the show. I'm forcing her to be on the show today because this is the last BCE show, and Isla's the one that's been filming all these and editing them for me and basically doing everything, and I didn't have to do anything but talk, which is really nice. So, yes.
Came up with the topics.
And what? You came up with the topics?
You came up with the topics.
Well, yeah, usually, and this is my topic, and I'm forcing you to be on the show with me. So today, I would like to talk about marketing since Isla is our marketing department. And any questions you have live, send them in. And I know we got a couple questions about nutrition and stuff that Isla can pitch in and talk about. But let me kind of like recap Isla a little bit. We've been almost 2 years. You've been with me, right?
Almost.
So you went to school and got a degree in marketing, correct?
Correct.
Yes. What school did you go to?
I went to Colorado Mesa University.
Oh, Mesa, yeah.
Okay.
And if I remember right, when you got out, you were having a hard time finding a marketing job out of college, is that right?
I did. Yeah, I actually thought it wouldn't be as difficult as it was and needed a job, so it just happened to be a good fit because I came here looking for something in between finding a marketing position.
Which I think is interesting that college nowadays it's different than 10 years ago, where there's no guarantee you get a job out of college. So like, talk to us a little bit about that, because I guarantee you there's a bunch of students in college right now in marketing degrees that have no idea really what they're going to do when they get out of college. They don't have a job lined up. So tell me about your experience with that.
I think the best thing someone can do in college is actually do an internship. It wasn't required for me during that time because I think they changed it like when I was leaving school. But that little bit of experience with other people and meeting and networking with other people I think can be extremely helpful in finding a job after school. And just making sure you have a source of income even though you're leaving school afterward. Wherever you're going will be a key help, and because you never know when you're going to find a job. Even if you have a college degree, you need experience, so internships I think would be the best thing.
I'm going to agree with you on that. I think internships are huge for college students because they get the foot in the door somewhere and get some experience. Even if it's not a paid internship, I think it's super valuable. Some internships are paid, like not much, but they're paid. And I think that if you really want into a company or a specific part of business, or maybe it's marketing, whatever you're into, I think even if you're not in college, you can do an internship with a company. You go work for free for a company for a long time, for a year, if you have the capability, like if you have the time and maybe you're living at home and you don't have as many bills as what you would be 5 years from now. But I think working for free and giving value to a company to show what you have is valuable. So I don't think you have to be in college to do an internship.
Yeah. Not necessarily.
Right. Mm-hmm. But so yeah, when you came to Fit Republic, it wasn't for marketing. You literally started on the retail floor helping customers, right? Mm-hmm. So how was that? Like, you just probably paid for a degree in marketing. I don't know if did you get a full ride?
No.
Okay, you had to pay for some, right?
Yeah.
And you got out of college and you didn't get a job in marketing. So how was that?
It was a little frustrating, and I just didn't really know what to do. I was a little sad about it, but luckily I knew someone from school and got me into this position here, and it led into something. if not, I would have probably just kept searching and just tried to maybe shadow someone else just to get some knowledge or visited other places, but it's just a process you just have to go through, I guess.
Yeah, almost like intern-ish, right? Shadowing,
Yeah.
Just to get the foot in the door, because there's no guarantee you're going to get a job out of college.
Right.
Do you believe that you need a marketing degree to be a good marketer nowadays?
I'm not necessarily. I don't know what it's like in college now. There may be social media classes, because that's really where marketing has gone towards, is social media. But I don't think it's 100% necessary. I think it's helpful in not necessarily just marketing, but growing as a person. I think you build a lot of characteristics in college, and you learn how to learn, basically.
Absolutely. I agree 100%. My first year of college, I almost failed out. I was like a 2.0, a 2.1 GPA. I had no idea even how to study. So like the value of college for me was learning how to study and learning some work ethic in that realm and meeting people and changing as a person. It wasn't really the degree I got, it wasn't the value, but the experience of college. So since you started with us, we've been evolving together. I think, for the first, since when I put you in the marketing position for the first few months, it was me teaching you everything I knew about marketing and what we did at that point. But since then, Isla's taken the ball and just ran with it and evolved way more than one. We sat down today and you were showing me some marketing stuff on Facebook Ad Manager. I literally had to stop after about 30 minutes because it was too much for me. It was too much for my brain. What I'm trying to get at is you've evolved. You've taken that position and evolved it into a very successful marketing position that you got offered a very good marketing position with, is it okay to say the company? Yeah, Athleta, which is right up your alley with athletic performance clothing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's actually Balance Athletica.
It's Balance Athletica?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, but local company, right?
Yeah.
But here's the bittersweet, guys, is as a small business owner, you take someone and develop them over the course of 2 years and grow them. The bitter part of it is you lose that person and you lose that section of your company. The sweet part of it is you get to see the fruit of the labor of Isla is now much more rounded of a person in marketing and is much more valuable in the market to land that great job. So for me as an owner, me as a friend, it's a bittersweet thing for me, but I'm almost like a proud dad that like we've grown together and now I'm letting you off into the world and hopefully you succeed. So you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
Anything else you want to talk about?
I don't think so. Those are good questions.
Yeah, we got a couple more questions to answer. So, and again, if you guys are live, you have marketing questions or anything for Isla, send them in. This is again her last BCE show until she goes off into the real world, into a different company. So our company's not even the real world. Like, it's our own world. Like, you know what I mean? Like we show up in like sweatpants and t-shirts and. If that sometimes, and yeah, this is not a real company. All right, what questions do we have?
All right, traveling and eating healthy, is that possible? I'm assuming.
Traveling and eating healthy. You have any pointers and tips?
I think a lot of people do it. It's just finding what works for you. I think whether that be bringing your food or going to buy food to cook it when you're other places instead of going out to eat all the time. It's just whatever you can figure out to work for you will be the best thing, I guess.
I think planning ahead is key in this. Is you're going to fail if you don't plan. If you just go wherever you're traveling, be driving, flying, whatever. When you get hungry, if you don't have a plan of action, you're going to eat crap, and you're not going to continue eating healthy because 99% of places to eat when you're traveling are fast food or restaurants. It's not that healthy for you. So I think planning ahead of, all right, I'm going to bring some food with me. I know it may not last me the 5 days of traveling that I have, but I'm also going to map out where am I going to be and what places around me can I eat healthy at. So planning ahead before the trip, I think is key. You have anything else on that? Nope, I nailed it. Whatever. All right, next question.
All right, can fast food be healthy, or some fast food?
Depends on the fast food, right? Like Tokyo Joe's is fast food, but we eat it.
But it's not drive-through though, right? Is that classified as fast?
I don't
What's
know.
fast?
Like,
I think fast food is drive-through food, right?
Yeah.
I agree. I think Tokyo Joe's is faster, and I think it's healthy.
food.
But what about drive-through? Like, let's classify that as fast food. I think. Can you eat healthy through a drive-through?
Chick-fil-A. It's all about if you know your macros.
Is Chick-fil-A that healthy though?
If you calculate it, yeah, you can definitely make it healthier.
They have
Macros.
grilled chicken.
Macros.
They have grilled chicken.
And
Grilled
salads.
chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you go to like Wendy's,
Mhm.
they have plain baked potatoes,
Mhm.
and then you could do like a salad with chicken breast. You just gotta watch the dressing.
Mhm.
So what we're saying is almost every fast food place has an option to be able to eat healthy, right? It's your choice whether or not. But you have like one healthy option on a menu of cheeseburgers and like all this fried, yummy shit, and But it's up to you to choose whether or not you're going to eat healthy. So I don't know. Would you say the answer to that question is yeah, you can, but it's your choice.
It's possible, but it's hard.
It's possible, but it's super fucking
Yeah.
hard. Like, I don't want to go through McDonald's and get a salad or whatever option they have for healthy. You know, like if I'm going to McDonald's, I'm getting some crap because
And
I'm.
don't be fooled. Sometimes, usually the salads aren't as good as. You could probably have a cheeseburger instead of the salad, and that
That's
cheeseburger
right.
would be healthier.
Look at the calories, look at the macro, because sometimes those salads aren't healthy. Sometimes the salad is like 600 calories.
Right.
Yeah, because just because you're eating a salad doesn't mean that you're being healthy.
A lot of that's in dressing too, like cheese
Dressing.
and croutons.
How they make the chicken.
Yeah.
So if you're in a hurry and you need to eat, and the only option is fast food, like, do you want your goal bad enough to get the salad, or do you not care that much and you're going to sacrifice whatever you want to get for the burger or whatever?
Yeah, it depends on how bad you want your goal, right? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, we just went over to Einstein's today, and I should not have, because I'm in the 8-week challenge, Body Rebel Challenge, and Kayla's trying to sabotage my ass because we have a bet going on. But I'm going to win.
Wow.
That's it. That's the last time. No more cheat crap.
Mm-hmm.
I got to dial this in. So.
Did you buy like chocolate covered Rice Krispies?
Yeah.
That wasn't me.
Didn't you have?
I didn't buy that. Mm-mm.
I saw you eating some.
All right. Do we have any other questions? Did we answer the question, or did we just kind of?
Yeah.
All right, good.
You have one, Isla. It says, how do you stay innovative? It's easy to follow the trends of what the big players in the game are doing. Is it best to do what they're doing or not?
That's a long question.
Yeah, I didn't follow the whole question.
To be innovative or not?
To be innovative or follow the trends that the bigger brands are doing?
In marketing?
In
right?
marketing.
Oh, this is a great question for you.
That's Kayla Scott right there.
That's Kayla Scott?
Yeah.
Yes.
You guys know Kayla Scott?
Not a fan.
I think it's always better to be innovative. You don't really just want to follow along with what other brands are doing because chances are you're late if you're going to start doing that then. So you always want to be ahead of the ball, I think, and making new waves in marketing and whatnot. I mean, you can use some trends to help with your growth along the way, but I wouldn't put all of your marketing on trends, for sure.
I'm going to agree with that. If you're following someone else's marketing and you're trying to copy someone else's marketing, you're already behind the game. Because marketing's evolving so fast with social media. There's always new little things with social media that's happening that you can take advantage of and leverage in marketing. If you're doing something someone did 2 months ago, they're not doing it anymore. It's something new. So if you truly want to innovate, you can watch what's happening, but I would not follow, right? Like innovation is not doing what other people are doing. Innovation is creating something that hasn't been done. So if you're following other people, you're not going to innovate.
Mm-hmm.
Did we answer that question? Kayla Scott? Yeah.
I'll ask how she felt about it, but I think it was alright.
It was okay. I see a couple more coming through on Facebook. I don't know if that's questions or I agree. All right. Sarah Busby, what do you think about CrossFit pulling all of their social media feeds? I didn't even know about that.
I didn't either.
What do you think about that?
That's
Pulling, like
interesting.
getting rid of social media feeds, huh? CrossFit. I don't think that's a good move at all. Like you look at attention. Marketing's all about following attention, right? So where's the consumer attention at? The consumer attention is on your phone. That device, my phone is there. That device of a phone, I don't know where my phone is at. That's where consumer attention is at. You everything at 50% of what you do in a day is on your phone. Whether they checking emails, text messaging, looking at your feeds on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. That's where your attention's at. So if you as a company pull that away, I think you're making a big mistake. I don't know. You devil's advocate this a little bit?
No, I think it's difficult to say. I don't know. I think that you're going to get the best for your money by advertising and marketing on social media. So for them to pull it, it's going to cost them a
Right.
lot, because all of the attention is on social media now. Who knows where it's going to be in the future, but staying where the consumer attention is key to using your budget wisely. So
I agree 100% because social media is a lot cheaper. You can get across a lot more faces with social media than you can a billboard, radio, TV. I don't know. We'll see. It'd be interesting to see what CrossFit does, because I don't think CrossFit's stupid. I think they're a very intelligent organization. So I'd like to see where they're headed with their marketing if they're not. I know I'm biased on CrossFit. I like CrossFit, but they're a good organization. I'd be really curious to see where they're going with their marketing. Shut up, Alex. All right. Anything else you want to add on that?
Mm-mm.
All right. Let's go to the next one. Joshua Robinson, knowing the ever-growing demand on content marketing via social outlets, how do you manage the content outlets while at Fit Republic? Does that make sense?
I don't know if I follow it.
All right, let me break this down. Knowing the demand on content marketing with social media, how do you manage the content outlets while at Fit Republic? I think what Josh is saying is, how do you manage all the media outlets, like every platform, but while we're out running a company, running a business at Fit Republic? Is that what he's saying, maybe, you guys think?
Or does he think you work it in the store? That's what I don't know.
Right.
Oh.
That's confusing.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess
found out?
since I only do social media, I'm allowed to really put all of that on content creation, put all of my time there, so I can kind of compete with the demand of it. But I guess, yeah, I don't really know how to answer that.
Yeah, for Isla, and if you have a small company out there, and you guys, and you have the luxury of having a full-time person that all they do is marketing for you, and that's what Isla does, marketing. But our marketing is social media marketing. That's 99% of what we market on. Every day, every second of the day, she's thinking about social media marketing for all of our companies. So now, me on the other hand, when I'm doing marketing, content creation for social media, I'm also running companies. So I think that question might be a little more fit for me, where how to do that is you have to balance your time and energy. You have to categorize it. So when I'm working on a company, let's call it Fit Republic, that's where my energy goes into training, looking at numbers, product purchasing, sales processes. That's where I'm at. But I'm also going to allot time to be able to advertise for that company. And the easiest way, you guys, to do this is not creating content. Don't think about this as creating content. Think about this as documenting what's going on. So if I'm out there training on the sales floor of my retail, I'm going to document whatever new thing that we're doing. If it's a new product, if it's a new service like tech, I'm just going to document that. I don't have to, if you constantly try to come up with content all the time, you're going to drive yourself crazy, right? Because that's what you were doing, right? Like, Isla had to come up with content all the time, and she documented really well, but like, share that experience of having to always, because she ran social media for how many companies for me? Fit Republic Foods, Fit Republic, Body Rival, New Age Nutrition, the retail, the other retail, like 6 companies, probably.
Yeah, it's just scatterbrain, because it's like so many different avenues that I'm going towards creating content. It's just,
And you have to kind of put on like a different hat for each company. Like, okay, this is Fit Republic hat. This is the Body Rival hat. This is, you have to get your mindset into that category. Right?
yeah. I think it's best to batch work that way. Then you can focus on one company at a time, one way you're marketing, and what you're marketing.
Batch work as in creating multiple marketing posts and then schedule the deployment? Is that what
Batch
you're saying?
working, like creating a space in your day to just focus on Fit Republic Foods, then creating another space to work on New Age Nutrition. So
Otherwise you'll
maybe-
get scatterbrained.
Right.
Right. That makes sense. Like, all your focus goes to that for this. You allotted an hour for marketing for that company, and then yeah. So yeah, Josh, like batch work, schedule time when you're going to do it, and document more than just trying to create content. That's my advice. Right?
Good.
All right. Sarah Busby asks, how do you build your brand? I'm assuming that's personal brand. Let's talk about personal brand, and then let's talk about company brand.
You want to start with that
You
one?
want me to start with that? Okay. So again, Sarah, the best way I feel to build personal brand is documenting and being consistent. It's sometimes it's super hard to be consistent because your emotions may go up and down. Maybe a roller coaster, something negative happens and you don't want to post. And I fall in the same category as the same thing is You know, if I'm in a bad mood, I don't want to like post, but that's actually exactly when you should post. Document really what's going on. So if I'm in a bad mood and I have some stuff that's not going my way, I literally should be documenting that, doing a video, doing a post, talking about that to my followers. Because people want to see genuine stuff that's actually really happening and your actual emotions and actual feelings on that. If I only posted happy stuff all the time and fake crap, one, that's not me, I'm not being genuine, but two, your followers know, they see through that.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think for a personal brand?
I think there's a lot that goes into it. I couldn't just answer it just with one sentence on how to.
You have 3 words.
3 words. I don't think I can do that either. I guess just personal brand growth is due to you showing your life and people connecting with that, because you're human and people like to connect with other humans. So the best way is just to be yourself and share what you're going through, but also share how you're getting to reach your goals and things like that, because people will be inspired by that. And if you're always showing negative things, they might not want to always follow you and see just the negativity. So I mean, positivity's got to be like 80-90% of it, but it's good to show the negative too, because you're human.
Yeah, I think that's spot on. I think, and I agree 100%. Like, it's good to show the negative, but if you're 80% negative, people stop watching, because who wants? That's like with me. I don't want to surround myself with negative people. Why would I want to watch negative stuff at the same time, right? So
yeah. And
also, like, your social media channels is like your TV show. So whatever you're putting out for your show, if it's a negative TV show, might turn the channel, right? So,
and as long as you're providing value to the people that are looking at your page, and you're inspiring them or giving them education, then they're going to want to follow you, and that'll help with your growth.
And value can come in many different ways. It can come through education, entertainment. What else do you think for value?
I guess it just depends on your area of expertise. I mean, it can really vary for the person.
Right, it's whatever your expertise is in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so for like your expertise is in marketing, so the value comes in you talking about marketing, giving pointers and tips. Everyone has their different expertise that can create value. What do you want, Kayla? Kayla just keeps coming in and out all the time with that. Eric, we forgot to hit on the brand side of it. How do you build brand of like company? Let's talk about that real quick.
Okay.
Can we go first?
Yeah.
All right. So here's how me and Isla came up with is a kind of a 4-section thing, right? And I don't even 100% remember, because you've been doing this for so long, and I've been spoiled not to have to do it myself. I'm a little bitter about it, Isla.
Sorry.
All right. So I know, like, we broke this out in 4 categories. One category was perception of the brand. One was emotional branding. What was the other 2? Do you remember? You don't remember? You're on the spot here.
No, I don't remember that.
I think in building a brand, I think that, first let's talk about quality of content. I think that you need to have some high quality of content to show the perception of the brand. But I think you also need medium quality of content, meaning like, it doesn't have to be from the best, it could literally be from iPhone, that's doctored up a little bit. And then you also have raw content of literally from a phone. Those are more for like stories, quick posts, but what would you say the percentage of those 3 categories I just gave? High, medium, and low quality content? What percent would you put in there?
It all depends with how you start your page. I think if you're starting off with iPhone photos and people start following you, you get a bigger following, they're gonna expect that, and they're gonna like those actually more than a high quality picture. Right. So whatever you choose, whatever route you choose to do more of, you gotta stick with that, because the people following you are expecting that. Right. So I guess it's up to you and the way you want to do it, what business you have, or if it really relies on aesthetics and things like that. Right.
No, that's great. That's how you start it, and how you build a following is super important too, mm-hmm. Right? So for me, I feel like maybe 25% of the time, for my personal brand, I'm going to do a high quality picture. Probably 30% of the times is something in the middle, and the rest, whatever the percentage that equals out to, I'm great with math, is my low quality or like quick snap. This is what I'm doing today, story kind of marketing, right? Mm-hmm. So when we talk about building a brand, not personal brand, but actual brand, let's take Body Rival for example. Like, what are some things that we do with Body Rival? I know that like we promote the culture of the brand. That's one category. We also promote the quality of the supplements. What else are we hitting hard on right now? We
hit hard on educating of what we provide. I guess how that can improve someone's life, testimonials, fitness industry things. It's just a variance of those, I guess.
Yeah. And so education, culture, perception of the brand. God, there's one more that I'm missing. If you guys know, chime in. See, this is what happens when we don't prepare for a show and you just jump on and do it. That's just how I do it. So body rival marketing. Shit.
You lost your train of thought.
I lost my train of thought. I don't know. We can move on. Maybe I'll probably come back to it because I think it's important. Like if someone has a brand, has a company, like what we do could be a good template for someone else. Culture. I'm gonna get it. Culture, perception of the brand, quality supplements, education, testimonials. I don't know. I guess that's good, you guys. If you have more questions, hit me up. All right, Sarah Busby. Also with such big names in your backyard like Kevin Ogar, Barbells for Boobs, and WoodPrep, do you plan on reaching out to spread the FRBN brand, BR brand? You follow that?
I think those are influencers. One was, I don't know. I haven't heard of those. It might be CrossFit related.
I think what she's asking is how do you spread your brand with big name or bigger name companies, or I guess how do you brand against the bigger guy, right? I think it's just yeah. Maybe you should be reading these, Alex. I'm gonna say I don't look at my competition. I don't look at the big guy. Like I find out what we want to do as a company, where our culture, where our mission statement is, what we want to accomplish, and that's the only thing I look at. That's the only thing I care about. So I don't feel like I compete with anybody really, right? Like I don't compare myself to other supplement companies, other supplement brands. It's what mission do I want to accomplish, and that's the direction that we're going. So I don't look at my competition. Do you have any thoughts on that?
I think sometimes it's good to know where everybody is at, and if you're a little bit below the bar, where you are as a company too. But it's good to stay innovative, so not always checking up on it, because then you might, I don't know if subliminal is the right word, you might just accidentally go in that direction just because you're looking at it all the time.
Yeah, 100%. It's like the artist. Like if you're a musician, right? Like there's a lot of musicians that are influenced by other musicians. They listen to a lot of music, so therefore their music turns out to be sounding in a similar way of the people that they're listening to. So I guess that's, if you're going to be watching your competition a lot, subconsciously, you are going to turn out something similar of your competition, which you're not innovating and standing out from. So for me, it's this. I don't watch or listen to my competition hardly at all. For Isla, she likes to look at the competition a little bit to understand what they're doing, but then innovate from that. So I think that answers that question, right? I think we might have one more. Do you use any tools, sprout social, build a content calendar, etc.? What tools do we use?
Excel.
Excel?
Yes, that's where my content calendar is.
Oh,
It's
for the
Excel.
calendar, Excel?
Yeah, I just plan it out there. But you can use like Hootsuite. I'm not familiar with Sprout Social, but Hootsuite can be a huge help too.
I know there's a lot of tools to help doctor up images and stuff like that. Like there's actually apps. So like iMovie, you can splice together your video. Like what's the Canva that we use sometimes to, right? What other tools would?
For stories, I use Over, and I really like that one.
Over for the stories. Yeah, so there's always tools out there for social media that'll help you. Planning out like on a calendar your posts, super valuable. And there's always going to be new tools coming out. So just because you like using one of these tools doesn't mean there's not something better coming out that could make things easier and faster for you, right? So always be watching what's going on in the market. And things happen fast. It's quick. So did anything else come across the line? I mean, we had a lot of questions today, which is great. Yeah.
I didn't see anything else.
Maybe Isla should run the BCE show, I think.
Yeah, you've had way more questions.
Way more questions, yeah. All right, well, just to kind of wrap up the BCE show, again, farewell to Isla. We hope her the best in the future. It's a bittersweet. We're losing a big part of our company, but I'm super proud to be able to help her develop into where she's at today. So that is the
BCE Show.
Ask the BCE Show, episode number
32.
32. Thanks for watching, guys.